I'm going to talk about acne today and skin. And I know a lot of people struggle with acne. I know it's been a big struggle for me throughout my life. And so I'm wanting to share some tips, and I'm going to make this a series because there are so many variables that affect our skin. So I'm going to talk about all kinds of things that I've tried and that I've done and that I've found not helpful and helpful. So if you guys jump on, say hey, tell me what the weather's like where you are. I think we're in a really good time of the season here in Missouri. It's nice and sunny, not too hot yet. I'm sure we'll be complaining about the heat really soon, so I'm trying to really enjoy the weather right now. So say hey when you jump on. I'd like to know where everybody's watching from and how everything is there. Mike, hey, perfect weather here. That's awesome. Is it rainy there? You know, Florida, I feel like there's a rain every day whenever we visit. Otherwise, it is perfect weather. So I'm going to start, I wanted to talk about my skincare and my history with acne. Today I think I'm going to kind of stick to like my background. I've tried a lot of things throughout my life. I am in my 30s now, and Leanna, hey, weather is great. It's 83 out here. Awesome. I think it's about the same here, so that's awesome. Where are you at again? Remind me. I'm in Missouri, in the Midwest. So I have suffered with acne for as long as I can remember, really. In high school, I remember it being a big pain in the butt. Louisiana, awesome. That's kind of cool. Yeah, we'll be there in July. I've never been though, besides maybe driving through. But anyway, so it's kind of a hard thing for me to talk about because it's caused a lot of stress, a lot of emotions. As a high school girl, I remember feeling like kind of depressed about it, which it was hard because I wasn't like diagnosed with depression or anything, but it was one of those things like I kind of almost felt like it was silly to feel that way, but it really like affected my confidence and just like that overall happiness. I know, Allison, right? I'm trying not to cry just thinking about it. But I actually, so when I was in high school, I already told you I'm in my 30s. It was about the time that AOL Instant Messenger came out. If you guys remember that? And I spent the summers in Florida, and I specifically remember a message thread with one of my friends back home, and it was like super dramatic as a high school girl again, but I remember just being like really unhappy and basically, I don't know, like I just remember this one message where I was just like, my face, like I just can't take it. I don't know, just acne is hard. I think a lot of people probably struggle with it but don't really talk about it maybe because it's hard. It's hard to talk about it. It does feel like, for me, it felt like kind of a silly thing to be upset about because there's so much more to life than just worrying about like what my face looked like, I guess. But anyway, so I dealt with that, I guess it was like high school, maybe even before that. I don't remember. Because now I'm thinking my summers in Florida were before high school. So maybe it was even longer. Leanna, my face is really clear right now. Thank you. I've been trying really hard. I'm pretty excited about it. I try not to touch my face too much. That's a big thing too. Like whenever you have acne, I feel like that's also like another way that it's kind of like psychologically affected me. Like when people come near my face, I'm like, don't touch me, you know, like especially like my kids or other kids, you know, they always want to be very hands-on. I'm kind of like, okay, like I gotta keep this really clean. So I feel like it's almost like a psychological thing. I laugh kind of, this is kind of silly, but like watching movies or TV shows or whatever, when you see like the guy like holding the girl's face and like, you know, maybe kissing or whatever, but like when they're holding their face, I'm like, ugh, like, like that would stress me out. Like, don't touch my face. But anyway, so then also beyond high school, as a young adult, whenever, so I have 4 kids. My oldest is 9. So when I first, Allison, I'm glad you enjoyed that. So when I first became pregnant, I remember thinking like how you hear about like the glowing skin that people get when they're pregnant, and that was one of the things like I was really looking forward to. Leanna, what do I use on my face? I will talk about that. I'm actually going to do a series because there's so many variables that I think it's beyond just what I use on my face. So I will definitely talk about that, but stay tuned for it because I think that's going to be a longer video, and I'll actually show you guys what I use and everything. But anyway, so with pregnancy, I remember being like, okay, yeah, glowing skin, like this is Hey, I hope you guys are still there. It just disconnected me for a minute. Maybe not quite a minute, but it felt like forever, so I hope you guys are still there. I was just saying, with pregnancy, I remember being like, yeah, I'm gonna have this glowing skin that everybody talks about, that everybody gets when they're pregnant. It's like a rite of passage or something, stuff like that. And then I had the opposite. Like, I had horrible acne every time I was pregnant. And then even worse, like, there's only so much you can do when you're pregnant because obviously you have to be really careful about what you put on your body or what you put in your body. And, I know sometimes, like, different birth controls can help it. Obviously, not doing that when you're pregnant. So I remember just being, like, super bummed about that part of it. Like, everybody else gets this great, glowing, beautiful pregnancy skin, and here I am looking even worse and feeling just just not happy about it. Hey, sorry if you guys got disconnected. Say hey if you're back on. Let me know you're still here. My internet connection, not so great, I guess. So even beyond pregnancy, I always felt like as an adult, like I shouldn't have to deal with this. It's not fair. I'm back on. Awesome. So even as an adult, I really felt like it was kind of like not fair. I think maybe you guys okay, sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the comments there, but it just like it really affects your confidence. It really affects kind of all parts of life when you feel like even, if you're talking to somebody, you want to try to make eye contact, but you're looking at them and you're wondering if they're actually, what they're thinking about, if they're looking at your acne, or if they're, actually connecting with you. And I just think that it's just a big stressor, and it's hard on confidence and everything else. So I hope that if you guys are watching this or other people maybe can relate to that and understand that there's hope. Don't give up. That's the thing, like, I feel like I've been dealing with it for so long and trying so many different things because there's so many different variables. So I just want to, with this series, I want to give hope and kind of share some of the things that worked for me, stuff like that. So if you guys can, I'm going to continue with this series throughout the week. So this would be a good place to let me know, like, any specific questions that you have. Like Leanna, you wanted to see, like, what I put on my face. So I will definitely be sharing that. I'm going to talk about the food and diet changes that I've made, different hormonal things. and stuff like that. So if you guys have specific questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will get back with you more in my next video. All right? So thanks for joining and thanks for watching. And thanks for bearing with a little bit of my background and me almost crying, because apparently it really does still kind of have that psychological factor. So, all right. And if you think that these tips that I'm going to be sharing throughout the week would help somebody else, then feel free to share this with them and let them know that there's hope. Mike, thanks for sharing. You have to rush off. Very interesting. Thanks for joining. So if you think this could help somebody, share it with them. I'm going to be sharing more on my blog, and I will be back to you with my next series, or next part of my series tomorrow. All right. Bye.